Roche brought me the hat that I need for the stream right here. This is my alter ego. Anita Maxwin.
What is going on today, guys? Here. And welcome back to Starbucks. May I take your order? Today we'll be talking about the music and music production news. In our first story, I actually have an interesting update to the whole Spotify not paying artists for streams past a certain threshold update that will take effect next year. And it seems to be an update that a lot of people missed, including me. DJ Payne was actually the first person I saw drawing a large amount of attention to this recently, so shout out to him for that. In this video, he basically stated that the whole 1,000 stream threshold to get paid from Spotify starting in 2024 only applies to the master portion of Spotify's royalties, but that still accounts for 80% of the payment. You will still actually receive publishing and songwriter royalties, which accounts for about 20%. There was one thing I took issue with in this video though. In this video, he does say that Spotify as well as music journalists have lied to you about this, and I do not believe this is true.
Spotify will stop paying any royalties to most artists pretty soon, right? Wrong. It was a lie. Spotify and every writer on virtually every media outlet who covered this story lied to us about this new Spotify royalty threshold.
Now, I can't speak for Spotify because for all I know, they purposely had the information come out in the way it did, or withheld information, or even lied. From this point on, I will only be speaking on the way it was reported by music journalists. Now, in my opinion, it is possible they withheld information, but most likely they did not know what was going on. I will lay out the timeline for you in which this information came out originally. In late October, Music Business Worldwide released information about some new Spotify changes. In this article, they talked about how Spotify would be changing their royalty model, and there was an estimation of how many plays you would need per year. Originally, it was only thought that you would need 200. Then in early November, further information came out that Spotify would not pay out any royalties for any song that does not get at least 1,000 streams per year. But apparently there was an update that came out a little bit after this that a lot of people seem to miss, including me. I didn't even know this update had come out in the following week after my video. This was actually covered by Billboard also, and from what I could tell, it was just buried in the sea of Spotify pays us nothing headlines. Now again, it is possible that some of them may have some relation with Spotify or major labels and purposely withheld this information, but this information was revealed by Billboard on November 9th, and from what I could tell, they were the first to talk about it. So there is a little bit of nuance to exactly what is happening there, but it still sucks. Spotify, suck my d. In our next story, we have SHAPERBOX releasing their Analog Warmth update in version 3.5. Analog Warmth. You think this is funny? You think you could steal the meme that I made pop? I think that I made pop. I don't really know if I made it popular. I might have. I definitely did not. Anyways, pay up. Pay what you owe. Apparently it is focused on analog type additions. Prepare for the best part of my videos where I explain features. The Filter Shaper Core has new features and algorithms that were seen in Filter Shaper XL. Warm filters now give you control over resonance distortion. They've added a safe res option to allow filter self-oscillation. Yeah, I think that's funny too. Self-oscillation. Speaking of eyebrows, if I get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I will shave my eyebrows. You heard that correctly. Currently, there are 11 days left in the year and I need to get 2,000 subscribers. Can it be done? I don't know. Anyways, where were we? Self-oscillation? Okay, so it allows for filter self-oscillation. Don't laugh, don't laugh, which allows a filter to be utilized as an oscillator. Anyways, the Drive Shaper module has a smooth clip distortion, and they've added a hard distortion option, which adds the option for hard clipping in the resonance circuit. This is a free update. Self-oscillate at your own risk. In our next story, I found a little freebie for you guys. It is 25 presets for the Transit plugin. I don't know, you might have heard of it, maybe because of an aggressive marketing campaign earlier this year that it seemed to annoy a lot of people, including myself. I don't know how good these are though. I don't really use Transit that much. In our next story, Teenage Engineering has finally decided to address the issues of the KO2, including the fader as well as the speaker. That's a joke. They didn't do that. Instead, they decided to update the OP1 field. Who fucking cares? This update includes something known as the terminal as well as the merge drop feature. Terminal is basically a bit crusher with an anti-aliasing filter, and the merge drop feature allows you to drop all your takes into a highlighted track, which allows you to free up tracks. We have a new segment today known as Why. We have what is believed to be the world's smallest and worst synth. This is something I can finally get behind. In 2015, Tim Alex Jacobs a guy with 3 first names. Impressive. That is impressive stuff. Created what is most likely the world's smallest MIDI synth, where he turned a MIDI cable into a synth. Now, it really depends what you call a synth, because this is probably the loosest definition of a synth ever. Anyways, recently he created the world's smallest USB MIDI synth. It is a USB-C connector with a tiny circuit board and a piezo buzzer. Again, definitely the loosest definition of a synth here. He is quoted as saying, "I seem to have crafted myself a niche, a very small niche, a micro niche. A niche where I build the smallest and worst, whatever. To be clear, no one is competing with me. No one is vying for the title of the smallest and worst MIDI synthesizer. But that's not going to stop me." We just got some breaking news, and I'm not going to show my face for this next section because I'm shy. Anyways, this news apparently has iZotope shaking in their boots. We are reaching out to them for comment. I'll let you know if we hear anything. We probably won't. They're terrified, is what I'm trying to say. Sonable has released Smart EQ4, and I gotta say, this looks really impressive. So they say it has a faster mixing workflow. It's got cross-channel processing, meaning that it will mix channels of your tracks together. They will work together. It's not just mixing individual tracks. It automatically transfers names. It has more instrument profiles than version 3. It can now balance multiple tracks all at once, meaning it mixes each track to sound good on its own as well as combined. There's an unmasking hierarchy allowing you to choose what you want to be up front versus what you want in the back, which is great for this sort of AI auto mixing program. All of this can also be done in a single window. It features an AI powered smart filter. There's smart filter modes allowing you to focus on a single track or group. There are genre based profiles trained on thousands of songs. You can also utilize a reference track, and it seems to have an affordable price point. And iZotope, your move, because Neutron is garbage compared to this. Man, I never thought I'd see the day that LimeWire gets turned out like this. LimeWire went from giving motherfucking viruses to, it pains me to say this, making AI pictures, music, and videos. It's a sad day. It's a really sad day. The world is fucked up. This world is so fucking fucked up. How did this happen, you may ask? They acquired an AI image generation platform known as Blue Willow earlier this year, which in turn led to LimeWire generating their own AI image generator, which plans to introduce AI video and music generation later this year. Well, surprise, it is now later this year, and they've done that. And oh my god, is it awful. Basically, from what I can tell, this is the same garbage you get from Midjourney or any of those music AI websites, except it costs money, and it is probably even worse than what you would get on those other websites. Let's take a look at the pictures first. I present to you a giant mermaid with fire teeth. Is that what you were thinking there? Is that You know, some of these are so f***ed up, it is almost unintentionally artistic. For this segment, I will have my girlfriend featured along with me. Say hello.
Hello.
I guess they just wrote grime music.
Grime music.
Yeah.
Depicted.
Yeah.
In a photo.
Yeah. It's a long known thing that AI can't do hands. I think it nailed this though. I think it has absolutely nailed these hands here. These are some of the best hands I've ever seen.
It has 2 strong hands.
Those are strong hands for sure. I don't really know what else to say about it. This guy's missing half his face, which is, it could be an artistic choice.
Half his face is the other person's face, like part of the other guy's face. It looks like the other guy is like coming out of half of his face.
Okay, maybe we should rank them. I give this one like 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
I'm trying to read the words in the background.
You're not going to be able to read them. AI never can get words right. This is another one. I think the hands are really good in this one also. I mean, as you can see, this boy, he has one thumb. His hand is a thumb.
The older boy's hand is like a really drawing of a turkey.
So this is very artistic for sure. I'm a big fan of this one also. This one, again, 8 out of 10 for me. Again, this is supposed to be boy gives excited girlfriend a gift.
Couch boy gives dog girlfriend a gift.
There's a lot of interesting things going on here. So he is a part of the couch. He is melded into the couch, and they both only have one eye. He doesn't have a nose. He has a nose line, but no nose. And then she has just the dot of a nose.
Well, it's like one of those pictures that changes like each time you look at it. When I look at it, it looks like the 2 dots on top are her eyes, and then the thing in the middle is her nose. So it looks like she has a dog nose with a little beauty mark on the bottom.
My favorite part is how she has morphed out of the gift. I don't know. I think it's very abstract though. It reminds me of like, Picasso kind of. This is an excellent surrealist piece. Another thing that is interesting too is how the door handle is up like about 10 feet in the air. From what it appeared.
That's why they stacked all those boxes. So
so they could reach it. Exactly. That's really good. That's really good. I like how she has 3 legs too. Okay, we'll look at the audio.
Okay.
I'll just pick like the first 5 things I see here. This one's a hip hop trap beat with flute guitar.
The unnecessary fade out.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like the AI wasn't really sure about what it was making there. Like, it was kind of just like
slowly backed into the bushes.
Like that Homer Simpson meme. Like, this flute and guitar is not really working, so they just, you know. Okay, only a few more. Don't worry. Yeah, bro Rista.
He's wearing a Starbucks apron.
Oh, that's so fitting with like the intro I did earlier. Wow. Money sign Molly. So that wasn't terrible, but it was also not good. It sounded like something that someone would make one of the first times they've made music. You know what I mean? Where they don't really have like a good direction for like what they're trying to do. Like it had that weird sort of build up, not using a kick, which is really weird. Like it sounded like a hi-hat sound. And then it just kind of sounded generic on the actual like drop section. Okay, then lastly, we have a Christmas saying for Santa's hardworking helpers. All right. This seems like a doozy.
A Christmas saying?
Yeah, maybe they meant song.
I mean, that's the only thing that would make grammatic sense.
Yeah. All right, I just got to say right off the bat here, it's like Christmas, sleigh bells. Wait, hold on, you're asking what just happened there? That was the drop, all right? That was the drop. I gotta say, this is a banger. This is my favorite Christmas song I've ever heard. I'm gonna play this one this coming Christmas in 5 days.
Yeah, it's better than most Christmas songs, actually.
Yeah, because it doesn't have vocals.
Yeah.
Or Mariah Carey.
It's not just the same regurgitated over and over again.
I might have to pay for this one. This one's fire. I don't know. All right, what is LimeWire turned into? If you want to see the extended version, there will be more of that content in the members section of my YouTube as well as my Patreon at the $5 tier or higher. In one of my next videos, I was thinking about doing a best/worst plugins of the year, and I was honestly kind of struggling to figure out what the best plugins of the year was. So let me know your votes for the top 5 best and top 5 worst plugins of the year. They have to be plugins that came out this year. Anything else will not be qualified. While planning this, I noticed there weren't a lot of shockingly good plugins this year. Some of the good ones had issues, whether it was something overhyped, a cringe marketing campaign, or they tried to pull something shady. I think you guys may know who I'm referring to with each of those. One thing I would like to mention is that a plugin may qualify if there was a new major version. For instance, SYNPlant 2 could qualify since it was a major upgrade. If you press the like button on this video, I will finally take your order like I said I would in the beginning of the video. See you guys next time.
Bang Incorporated.